Hi there, this is Bonnie Way from thekoalamom.com, and today I'd like to tell you about a fun learning app that my younger two children have been using lately. Speech Blubs is an app for children ages 1 to 8 to help them improve their speech and language skills. Language skills. I've noticed for quite a while that 4-year-old Pearl can't say some phrases. She likes to skip her L's and her R's and a few other letters, or she says things in interesting ways like hoe instead of hair or bow instead of bear. And sometimes it's fun to make her repeat these words when she says something because it makes us all laugh, but other times it's very hard to understand her when she's asking for something and changing some letters, and so we're not entirely sure what she's asking for. So I was very excited to try Speech Blubs with her and to see if this would help improve her learning skills. And this was an app that we could download and install on our tablet. You can purchase a monthly or an annual subscription for it, and then it's really easy to use and it's really fun for kids. It just draws kids in with fun activities and big bright icons. They can select from a variety of activities. And basically what happens is that there's a child on the app who is saying the sound and saying it carefully and properly. And so your child gets to watch that child say the word on the app. And
I pick this one.
On the app. And one thing that struck me as I was watching my kids with this app is how often we speak to our kids without speaking face to face with them. So if I'm reading a book to Pearl and Joey, they're sitting on my lap and we're both looking at the book together. If we're sitting at the table, they usually sit beside me, and so I'm trying to help them with their food. And again, we might be talking, but we're not talking directly to each other. Or if we're in the vehicle and we're driving, we're chatting about something, again, we're not facing each other. And so that kind of struck me as my kids are watching the other children in this app, is that they get to watch their faces and how we form our words and our sounds and make the different sounds that make up our language. And I thought that was a really neat learning experience for the kids. Both 4-year-old Pearl and 2-year-old Joey really enjoy learning this app. And there are lots of activities and games. Once they've watched the child say the word in the app, then it opens up a little sticker that they can press. And it goes to a kind of a little video or a little trivia or just something interesting that's related to the word that they learned. So trying to think of a good example. There's one, Joey the other day was practicing rain, and so he was very proud. It was interesting, the app was saying several times rain, 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 and Joey is 2, so he's starting to repeat things that we are saying. And so after the app had done this, he'd watched it several times, more than 3 times, I think, probably 5 or 6 times, and then he said rain. And I was like, great! It was really cute to see him react that way. And then he got to go to the sticker, and there's this fun little animation of a rain cloud that he likes to watch. And again, he'll usually watch the little animation several times, just like he watched the original word several times, and then he'll move on to another word. And he doesn't repeat all the words. Like I said, he's only 2, so he's still just learning words and just starting to say things, but sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. And I've seen that his language skills are exploding right now. He's really trying to say what we're saying. And so exposing him to more words through the app and having him try new words this way is just great for him to work on his language skills. And then for 4-year-old Pearl, who already has a lot of words and she's a little chatterbox, it's great for her to hear these words said, very carefully and very properly. And there's also, she can turn the camera on the app around so that she can watch the other child say the words, and then she can press a button and she can watch herself say the words. And so I think that really helps with them just watching, like I said, the way that we form the words and having a chance to try it out themselves and see what they look like when they're saying the words, and if they're saying the R's and the L's maybe the same way that the other child did. So I think this is okay. So this is the tablet that my kids use for playing educational games on. This is the Speech Blubs app. It's the cute little smiley face there. And then you can see that once they're in the app, there's quite a variety of different topics for them to choose from, different words that they can learn. And some of these I don't think they've even tried getting into. You can see that there's quite a few in here that they've clicked on. So the blank squares are ones that they can sort of unlock. Once they click on it, then it turns into a colored square like this. Or we can go back to the beginning here. Early sounds starts with very basic things. You can see that they've tried most of these early sounds here. And again, there's quite a lot of sounds in this category. We can go to the sheep here. And then this is the icon that appears, and kids can go into this animation. They get to see a sheep now that they've learned how to baa like a sheep. And then there's usually some little bit of trivia down at the bottom. Sheep love green. They could eat a whole field of them. What kind of greens do you like? Which, of course, if you're using this with a younger child, a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old like I am, you might have to read that to them. But my kids just like watching the video and whatever appears in it. And there's, like I said, so many different topics here, numbers. You can see they've tried quite a few of these numbers, but see, they haven't done some of these. So again, the ones that they haven't worked on yet appear gray. So then, if I was working with Pearl to have her work on specific things, I could, come into this and tell her, I want you to work on 6 now, or maybe 11 because it's got L's in it, and so that's one that she's not saying very well right now. Or I can go into different, okay, let's work on learning about some animals right now. So maybe there's an animal here that she really likes or that would help her work on a specific sound. See, here's another one that they've somehow skipped over and tried all the others. Elephant. That's a good one for her to learn. It's got L's in it.
Elephant.
So you can see how the kids are having fun.
Elephant.
They stretch out the word for the kids for your child to see it, how it sounds. And then there's the funny animation once they've learned the word and practiced it. And they can go back and forth between these. You can see that they can go and learn any word again that they want, or they can try new ones that they haven't tried yet. And so, it's just been a lot of fun for both Pearl and Joy to work on this. And even my older girls, they often sit there watching or, kind of helping their younger sisters with their Speech Blub app. And so I think this is a great app for anyone who's, kind of wondering if their kids need some help with their speech language skills, or anyone who's maybe gotten a diagnosis about their child's speech language skills and needs some help but isn't able to access a therapist yet or can't afford a therapist. This app seems like it's a great resource. It's been approved by speech language pathologists, and there are a ton of research and practical experience behind it. I invite you to check out the website, speechblubs.com, just to see what they've got there and learn more about the app. You can also read my full review on thekoalamom.com. And
No!
Hi, can you share it? You make this sound? Okay, let him pick one.